how's it going, everybody? Boom, chickadee chanka, it's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you guys. A match preview for the Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester United game live from Molineux at 4:30 tomorrow in the Premier League. Come on, United! How are we all doing tonight, guys? Thank you very much for joining us and getting involved. I hope you're all doing grand. We're all pretty excited as United fans right now, aren't we? It's exciting times. Signing Cristiano Ronaldo, getting in Sancho and Varane, who are expected to play tomorrow. It's a very, very exciting time to be a United fan. What we need to do now is not melt it up against Wolves, because if we lose against Wolves or don't even win against Wolves, see, a draw against Wolves is no good. If we don't win against Wolves, then we go into the international break with just a really gash feeling and sat there in mid-table, and that is not what you want. Of course, we've just seen Chelsea and Liverpool fight out a draw there, so they've dropped a couple of points each. A win against Wolves would put us on level points with those melters, so it's massively important to win this game, obviously. I mean, I do expect us to go and batter Wolves tomorrow, because we're in a good run of form, in the sense that away from home, you know, we haven't been beaten in, was it 27 games now away from home? In fact, a win at Wolves, or just avoiding defeat at Wolves, should I say, would actually best and beat Arsenal's record of the Invincibles era of 27 away wins in a row. So that would be a great record to have, as long as we avoid defeat against Wolves. But really, we have to win, because we're signing Ronaldo. You know, we've got him coming in, not until after the internationals though, and we don't have the luxury of not winning these points away at Wolves right now. We need them. We absolutely need them. Guys, thank you very much for joining us. I'm just going to give a few shout-outs right at the start of this this preview here, guys. Thank you for everyone getting in here. Kyan, mate, how you going there, bud? Snapfilm Walk, Gaming Simp, K Slater. We've also got Aniket Mohan, Harif Zakwan, what's going on? Marif Parvesh Hazarika, hello to you too, bro. We've got Gogi's in here, hello to you, Aniket Mohan. Hey, Son Goku 97, mate, what's going on, pal? Oh, actually, just Son Goku 7, what am I about? Get in there, Son Goku, how you doing? Great to see you, man. How you been? He says, Pig, I'm sad CR7 won't be number 7. You know what, I'm sure he might end up with the number 7. Actually, it's really hard to say. I mean, there's a few people with the claim for the number 7 right now. Obviously, Jadon Sancho wanted the number 7. He was denied it, wasn't he, by Mr. Edison Cavani, and Cavani's kept hold of the 7. But that's how it is. I mean, with the Premier League registration, you have to keep the shirt numbers, right? I wonder, I don't know. We'll hopefully find out soon what shirt number Cristiano Ronaldo will have. But it is a bit weird to see him not with the 7, I must admit. Thank you for the super chat there, Son Goku, and shout out to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. And also, Ryan TVG, hello. He says, United will win 6-1. Right, okay, let's get it in there then. Go on, let's do it. Let's do this. Actually, at the start of the stream, first do us all a favour and smash that thumbs up on the video. Leave it a cheeky little like on it. And get involved in the live chat with your predictions and everything. My prediction for the game, I'm just going to kick it off with 3-1 to Manchester United. I feel like we're too strong for them. We're going to batter them. We've got great attacking talents who will all be brimming with the thought of Cristiano Ronaldo coming in to play with them. So I really do think they'll be on tip-top form and looking really good against Wolves away. Plus, that Southampton game was an absolute abomination from all different angles you look at it. I'm sure Solskjaer and the coaching staff and all the players will be fully aware of just what were the main problems against Southampton and not doing those gash mistakes again. That is in terms of the tactics and the style of play, because it was just really bad. We had Martial up there isolated. It was just absolutely guff-tastic. Fred and Matic in the middle provided us just no spark whatsoever. We couldn't get defence into attack. It was really dreary. And above all else, in my opinion, the game against Southampton was just like tepid. Confidence-wise, where was the confidence? Where was the fight towards the end of the game to go and get the 3 points? We were just lacking in terms of motivation, it seems. So Solskjaer's got to get these lads up for this game against Wolves tomorrow, no doubt about it. I want to see tenacity from the off, but also until the end of the game, right until the final whistle. Guys, thanks for getting involved. I'll have a look at some of your predictions now then. So I'm going for 3-1. In terms of the goal scorers, look, I think Bruno Fernandes is always going to get you on the score sheet more often than not. So I'm going to say him. I actually think Mason Green was going to pop up with one also. I'm going to say Paul Pogba gets the other one. A trio, a trident of penetration there. Hello there, Elliot Manduna, live from Zimbabwe, Harare. Great to see you, man. Thank you, Elliot. Arsenal for Life says, I need some cheering up after what happened. Sorry, mate. I'm sorry, pal. Anyway, Lynette Giggs, great to see you, says Ola. GTL Red says, come on, United. Primot says 2-1 to United, easy as pie. Okay, let's talk about Wolves for a second here. Because they're actually a good team. They've got a new manager, of course, Bruno Lage in there, or Lage, or however the hell you pronounce his name. You know, apparently playing attacking stuff. They lost the first 2 games against Leicester and Tottenham 1-0 each. That's no disgrace, really, for a team like Wolves. I mean, Leicester, I guess, would be expected to best Wolves, and so would Spurs. So they were tight games, and if they were a little bit better in terms of their finishing, they might have been able to snatch something from those games. So, in my opinion, Wolves are a good team, and you've got to watch out for Wolves. Even though they've had a change of manager, they're still a threat, and they could still be a bogey team for Man United. They've got some good players, seem to do well against us when they play us. 2-1 though, some from the Primot. Buzzy Bebop Man, he says we can go level with Liverpool and Chelsea if we beat Wolves tomorrow. It's a must win. 100% spot on because of their draw today. Now they're both languishing there on 7 points. Well, not languishing, but they're on 7 points. They've dropped 2 each now. We can do that. Also, City obviously lost a game the other day, so they're only on 6. Spurs 1-2 out of 2 so far, but they're going to bottle it loads. It's fucking Spurs. So we don't need to worry about them not dropping points. So, yeah, it's so important we keep pace with the leaders. So that was a great result for us today. But we absolutely, as you say, have to go and get the win against Wolves. Jay says 2-0 for me. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. 3-0 says Snapfield Walk. 3-1 says Goji. 1-0 says Aniket. Is Adama good? I mean, he is good in the sense I think he's like a powerful substitute type player, in my opinion. He wouldn't be good enough for Manchester United, in my opinion, maybe as a late sub. But essentially, he's just a muscle-bound Daniel James. I'm just kidding. I think he's a bit better than that, to be fair. There was actually a season, was it the season before last, where he put up quite a few respectable assist stats numbers, you know what I mean? So he's a decent player, and, but he's not great. Anyway, he's a muscle-bound Daniel James. Lynette Giggs, and maybe a greased up one too, because what is that greasing up they do? I know Patrick Vieira used to put the old Vicks Vapo Rub on his shirt there, but this big Adama stuff's taking it to the new extreme. They oil him up like a bloody eel and unleash him out there, man. It's not really fair. It should be outlawed, in my opinion, and that ain't right. Anyway, Stay Clint says, so happy he's still top tier, and we see again. What's going on there, Stay Clint, mate? Yes, we get to see the lad again. Come on. Primot, Luke Shaw could suplex Adama. Anyway, okay, so let me get back into the information for the preview then, guys. So keep your comments coming, though. And do hit a like on the video if you're just joining us. And if it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to chat in the live chat with everybody. So do hit that sub if you're new. Anyway, the form guide. You're looking at the form guide for the start of the season here. As I say, Leicester beat them 1-0. Tottenham beat them 1-0. Manchester United's first 2 opening fixtures. We smashed up Leeds United at home. And then we bottle jobbed it really against Southampton and drew. Time for a reaction after that Southampton game. If you look at some of the statistics going into this game, some of the head-to-head stats, as I say, United can actually surpass Arsenal's 27-game record of away games avoiding defeat, which would be pretty exceptional if we did that, because that's actually a record that stands since 2003, April 2003 to September 2004 is the run that Arsenal had, and we actually ended that run, didn't we, battering them at 2-0. So that would be amazing if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did that. That's an amazing record, guys. Make no mistake. I'm just gonna right, okay, if you don't like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and you're an Ollie outer, you might as well leave right now. Because I'm just going to wax lyrical for the next 2 minutes flat about what a fucking legend Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is, right? Because this is a pretty awesome statistic that he's putting up here. All those away games undefeated, it's very impressive. And then you consider some of the players that he's brought in throughout his managerial career at United, not just this window, but other windows, impressive signings. And what about this window? Holy crap, people saying he can't attract players to the club. Well, go and screw yourselves, because he clearly can. And how about his actual managerial pedigree, managerial pedigree? People have a go at him. Well, check this out. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is set to manage his 100th Premier League game tomorrow for Manchester United. 100 games as manager tomorrow. Can we just get some applause emojis in the live chat for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for a second, please? And some hashtag Ollie doing bits, right? He's won 52 of his 99 Premier League games in charge of United. Of the last 8 managers to reach 100 league matches with the club, only Ernest Magnall, 54 victories, has won more than the Norwegian. Huh? Sorry, did you not hear that? Wait a second. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has won 52 of his 99 Premier League games in charge of United. Of the last 8 managers to reach 100 league games, only Ernest Mangle has won more than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So, you know, for a new manager, especially when you get a new manager, it's usually, not always, I mean, look at Fergie. Fergie was the Don and he retired, but it's usually because the previous regime has completely shat it up the wall and left it in a mess, or just completely misguided it. Not necessarily left it in a mess, but just they've sacked you for a reason, right? And Solskjaer had to come in from Mourinho's mess and get rid of a bunch of players. Alexis Sanchez on $500,000 a week, get rid of a whole lot of players, get a lot of new players in, create a new mentality, a new culture, bring some youngsters through, plant loads of seeds in the youth setup for years to come, all the rest of it. He's had to pretty much start from the ground up again after Mourinho's complete debacle. So, in my opinion, he's done about just as good as he could have done right now. Well, maybe he could have won us a trophy. Of course, the Europa League final was a bitter disappointment. We lost on pens. But still, to think about how to analyse his first 100 games as Premier League manager, I've got to say I'm satisfied. I don't know about you guys, but I'm satisfied. This is the season for him. He's not really going to have any excuses come the end of this season. The pressure is on him now. But up until this point, he's done an absolutely fine job. He's done an absolutely fine job. And we'll see how he does this season. He is going to have to get this team performing and challenging for the title and all trophies. Otherwise, he might end up getting this sack at some point. You can't go ahead and do it a Mikel Arteta when you've got this set of players at United. You have to perform. You have to get the results. That's what it is. And you know what the United fan base is like and what the board are like as well. If they're spending, they're going to want to see results from their investments. So I do think that this is a make or break season for Solskjaer. But up until this point, the lad's done absolutely fine. Guys, 85 of you legends in here. Welcome all aboard to the preview. Get your thoughts and opinions in and predictions. Shmuel Al-Farsi thinks it's going to be 3-0 to United against Wolves. Nice one, Shmuel. I hope you're right, dude. I'm going for 3-1. I think maybe we will concede, but we'll see. In terms of the team selection, guys, right, let me give you the team news for the game. So Solskjaer did speak a little bit, of course, before this game, but he didn't really say anything about Sancho or Varane. He didn't say, you know, oh yeah, Sancho's definitely starting and Varane's definitely starting. But we do think that they will be starting in that game. I do anyway. I think they'll be featuring. We've had Varane on the bench in the last game, but he was an unused substitute. Obviously, Sancho's been used a little bit, but I really do believe this is going to be the game he unleashes both of them in the team together. We've seen Victor dwindle off. We've had enough of that. Maybe the combo would be Lindo and Varane, but I really do think he's going to go with Maguire and Varane at the back there. So that makes sense. In terms of the rest of the team news, so Varane and Jadon Sancho, nothing guaranteed about that. Scott McTominay's obviously out, undergoing a groin surgery. We don't really know how long that's going to be, but he is out of contention for this game. And then Dean Henderson, he's obviously out as well still. Isn't that COVID related? I seem to remember. Alex Telles is out at the moment in time still as well. And Marcus Rashford, obviously, after undergoing shoulder surgery. So we do have a few absentees for this game, but certainly still lots and lots of players. Solskjaer said in regards to McTominay, he says we're still missing Scott, who had surgery this week. Marcus, Alex, Dean, they're not ready. But apart from that, we have a fit squad ready to fight for points. So so that's the situation in regards to the players that are available. This is a predicted lineup, potential predicted lineup for the game here, and also for Wolves, as you can see. So David De Gea in goal. The last game, Matic and Fred. I mean, I don't want to see that really, guys, at all. But I think it's something that Solskjaer might really go for here. Then you've got Luke Shaw, obviously, Maguire, Varane, Wan-Bissaka, David De Gea in goal there. On the left-hand side, Pogba's looked pretty damn impressive in that position last couple of times out, so he sort of picks himself there. Bruno Fernandes is the Don G, so he needs to be in there in behind the striker, creating, scoring, being the swashbuckling Portuguese Magnifico that he is, Agent Bruno. And then Sancho on the right is the big inclusion I really want to see, and I want to see Greenwood play in this game. Or Cavani, of course, but you know, it's looking more. I think it will be Greenwood who starts in this one. Martial was just gashed last time out. I'm not interested in seeing that, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, something along those lines could kind of make sense for Manchester United in this game. By the way, I didn't actually have time to make a graphic. This is just a graphic from somewhere else. But still, it's a team that I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer may select out there. I want to see Varane, obviously. If you look at Varane at the back line there with Maguire, I mean, on paper, that sounds like a super solid back line now. Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Varane, and Wan-Bissaka. In my opinion, I'm going to ask you this, actually, guys. Who do you think the weakest link is in the back line now? Now we've got Varane. Well, it's between two. I guess it's between Maguire and Wan-Bissaka, because Luke Shaw is the best left back in the world, and Varane has just come in. He's supposedly a world-class don. He's won World Cups. He's won the World Cup. He's won 4 Champions Leagues. He's been doing it. He's got 20-odd trophies to his name. Come on, he's got to be pucker, doesn't he? So that's what I'm saying. Maguire's got to be the weakest link, says Aniket. Cavani starts as the net gigs. I hope you're right. Maguire says Adnan T. Wan-Bissaka says Elliot Manduna. Maguire says Aniket Mohan. Bissaka says the net gigs. So yeah, I think most of us agree that, you know, in my opinion, Wan-Bissaka is ridiculously solid defensively. Positionally, sometimes he's a little bit short, so I don't know why he squeezes into the central position so often. Maybe he's under instruction by the coaching staff because they have no faith in Lindelof and Maguire to actually clear the ball away, so they just want to compact that area. Because I do often see us a little bit just giving too much space on that right-hand side sometimes. Wan-Bissaka is an absolute defensive boss, and he makes up for it more often than not. But just sometimes his positioning's at question. But he's young, he's developing, he's only 22 now, is he? He literally is going to be the best right-back in the world in a few years' time. And he's already one of them. In fact, in terms of defensively, I think he already is one of them. Maybe not overall, maybe not in other aspects of being a right back, like going forward and creativity and things like that. But defensively, he's still already absolutely pucker. And then Maguire, he is a weak link to me, guys, in that back line. Look at that game against Southampton. I don't want to slag him off for one bad performance, but it was a bad performance. And he did make a couple of errors during that game. He just got totally done for that goal where Fred obviously scored the OG, but it was Maguire just got done to allow the attacker the half a yard to shoot in the first place. And then, of course, he did commit some other errors later in the game. He nearly gave the game away. In fact, David De Gea had to make a brilliant save. So he did make 2 pretty lame defensive errors in that game. And that does concern me. He was error prone a little bit the season before last, much more so than the season just gone. But, you know, he's still error prone. He still has that in his locker to just give a game away by making a gash error. So it does disappoint me a little bit. Varane coming in there, I'm not expecting him to be like settled and 100% the player that he can be for United right away. Remember, he's coming in from La Liga. He's settling in. He's had a nice settling in period, to be honest. He's been unveiled on the pitch. He's been, you know, he's got adoration, and also he's had time to settle in the city and also settle with his teammates and understand the system and the team and the group and everything a little bit more than just coming in straight away and playing. But still, it's his first game. It will be his first game if he does indeed start. And so I'm not expecting absolutely amazing stuff from him. I just want to see him be, you know, solid and committed and work well, if possible, with slabbing to Maguire and display a lot of the reasons why we spent the money and got him in as well. But in my opinion, he wants to come to United for the challenge. So I think he's bang up for this. And I think you'll see a really, really good performance by him on his debut, which hopefully will be tomorrow against Wolves, lads and lasses. Roshi says we got 79 likes on the stream. Awesome, guys. Everybody do us a massive favour. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's see if we can absolutely blitz past 100 likes, just like we're going to blitz past Wolverhampton Wanderers defence tomorrow. So yeah, leave a little like on it if you're just joining us. And get involved. We want to hear from you in the comments section, obviously, guys. Jamie Boy says we weren't bad. Do you mean against Southampton? Or because I thought we were pretty gash. Maguire is so slow, said Adnan T. That's a big problem with him. He needs a rocket up his bum. And then maybe he would be the player that we want. Thing is, you can't really teach speed. That's the problem with Slabby. I mean, I guess you can make him, you know, I don't know, do sprint drills and make him 0.01 over 100 metres faster or something. But he's still just always going to be slow. Arteta sacked in the morning, says Nigel. Guys, get a 69 in the live chat if you think Arteta is getting sacked in the morning. I mean, his first few games pretty tough, but I mean, that Brentford one absolutely shite. They got a man sent off today, cost them really 5-0 drubbings. What can he do? I mean, it's awful, but I don't see how they can keep him, guys. I don't see how they can stick with him. He's melting. Okay then, so that's pretty much a possible team. There's a couple of possible changes that could obviously happen to Wolves' team as well there. Daniel Podence apparently scored midweek for them against Nottingham Forest. He might be featuring, but I don't really, who knows? Who knows what Bruno Lage is picking? But in regards to our team, it could be something similar to that. There could be a difference in the midfield there. Definitely could see like a different combination in midfield. Perhaps, I don't know, Pogba playing deeper, or is there a player called Donny van der Beek who plays for Manchester United? I don't know. Hang on a second. Is there a player called Donny van der Beek out there? I don't know. I've forgotten. I feel like he might be a figment of my imagination. I feel like, I kind of feel like Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind right now. Like I might have just made him up. Because, we don't see the guy. Anyway, nobody can rescue that sinking ship, Arsenal, not even Poch, says Primot. Donny has to play against Wolves, says Batman Night Fan. Okay, let's get a cheeky little hashtag free Donny in the live chat, peeps, because I feel like it is time to unleash Donny, actually. I mean, I'd rather that than this shit combo that we're suggesting might be out there tomorrow. Wouldn't you guys? I'd rather see Donny give him a full 90 minutes against decent opposition with a good team around him and see what he can do. I'd rather do that too. Hashtag free Donny. Get in there. Mikel Arteta, new contract, says GTO Red. Lynette Giggs says Arsenal players' heads drop. Yeah, it's a big problem. When the dressing room is like that, when there's so much negative vibes and all the heads are gone, and they sort of lose faith in the plan and the system and the manager and stuff. So I think there just comes a point they've got to make the chop. Hey, Fat Ronaldo, how's it going, sir? Ricardo Bova says, who is Arteta? I think he's Pep's understudy, but, Case Slater says, free Donny Van Dominance. Fair play to you. Elizabeth Henao, hello to you. From Medellin, Colombia, a hug and Cristiano Ronaldo, King of Kings. Happy that he is at home from now. I will follow your channel. A hug. Elizabeth Henao, thank you very much for getting in here from Colombia. And yeah, it is amazing news about Cristiano Ronaldo. What an absolute don. Coming home to Manchester United. We get to see him play at Old Trafford again for 2 years. Just so you know, he's not going to be playing in the Wolves game, by the way. So I don't know if there's anybody out there even thinking that. Probably not. We all know that's not going to happen. But it would be pretty cool to see him play for the game after that. Obviously, when we're back from the internationals, I want to see him come in that game. But in regards to tomorrow, it's looking like Sancho. It's looking like Varane will be making starts in that game. And of course, Varane will be making his first team debut in that one as well. So keep a lookout for Varane in the centre-back position, guys. I hope he has a great game. Take Fred out, says JMUFC. Respect, respect. Snap Film Walk says they got Norwich next. They got 3 points coming. Donny van der Bench, says Kayam. It's sad, isn't it? But that is a good nickname for him. Will Ronaldo play against Newcastle? That is the current rumour at the moment, Marif. Obviously, we don't really know exactly 100% what's in the mind of the management, and there are still some other things to sort out and get sorted before he can actually even really be sort of like official. I know he's been announced that we've reached an agreement with Juventus, and the player's obviously happy and everything, but there's still paperwork to be done and a few little things. I mean, we hasn't even got a shirt number yet, etc. So we need to sort out a few things, and then there will be an announcement, I'm sure, in due course very soon. But yeah, I mean, probably the Newcastle game is what we're looking at for a Ronaldo debut. Fat Ronaldo comments, Ronaldo will probably be doing isolation, could be 2 or 3 weeks yet, I think. See, that's a very good point, because if you look at the Varane situation, it was announced, was it the end of July? And then it just took like a good couple of weeks into August there before it was announced and all done and dusted actually at United, because he was quarantining. Plus there were some issues slowing things down with visas. So yeah, it wasn't very smooth with Varane, and that could definitely happen again with Ronaldo. So we'll have to see what goes on there. Then again, he did just like fly from Italy to Portugal. I mean, how long does he have to stay in Portugal there? You know, I don't know what the quarantine rules are for each individual country and etc. And I know there's like different lists, like if you're coming from this country or going to that country, different rules apply. So yeah, maybe we'll see about that one. We'll let you know as soon as we know. Billy Ellingworth, hello to you, sir. He says, what number will he be taking? Cavani apparently doesn't want to give up the number 7. Yeah, true. I mean, he didn't want to give it to Sancho. But also I hear that because of the Premier League registration of the numbers has already been submitted, we can't even change it anyway. So your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to say 21, but I can't really think of a good number for him. I really can't think of a good number for him. Other than 77, maybe. 77, because it's 2 7s. AR Dan says, Ronaldo will be here in October. Oh. Oh, mate, that would be horrible if it took until October to get the business done, eh? Right, okay, so a couple of little things I also wanted to get into, guys, about the game, the preview. So just some head-to-head stats just to tickle your fancy a little bit here. United have lost only one of their last 8 Premier League matches against Wolves. We've won 4 and drawn 3 and lost just 1. Wolves could lose consecutive home league games against United for the first time since the 67-68 season. None of the 9 league and cup meetings between the sides since Wolves were promoted in 2018 have been decided by more than a 1-goal margin. So that's quite an interesting stat. They're always pretty tasty and pretty close. And that would be true if you think about our tussles with Wolves over the last few seasons when Nuno's been manager. They've always made it very tough for us, and they've been a bit of a bogey team for us in a way. Wolves have lost their last 5 league games. They have not suffered 6 straight league defeats since 2012. So that is good news. I mean, I know they played Leicester and Tottenham in the last 2 games at the start of this season, and they are good teams, but they are in a losing run of form, and you can't really deny that that is good for us right now. Because, well, actually, you never know. They might need they need erection, don't they? They're desperate for a win, so maybe you might get the best Wolves possible. That's the only concern. But Adama Traore and Raul Jimenez are the 2 players in the top flight to have had the most shots without scoring this season, with 10 and 7 respectively. So as I said, in the first couple of games, they actually looked pretty decent. It did pretty well, and were attacking as fuck, really, against Leicester and Tottenham. But the problem is they couldn't finish. And like I say, Raul Jimenez and Traore, 10 shots and 7 missed so far without any goals, the 2 highest in the Premier League. So they're melting in front of goal. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's won 52 of his 99 Premier League games in charge of United. Of the last 8 managers to reach 100 league matches with the club, only Ernest Mangold, 54 victories, has won more than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The Reds, though, Manchester United have failed to keep clean sheets in their last 10 matches in all competitions. Mason Greenwood could become just the 2nd teenager to score in his first 3 Premier League games of the season after Robbie Fowler in the 94-95 season for Liverpool. Mason Greenwood is a bloody prodigy, mate. I really hope he starts tomorrow, guys. I really do. Martial's just not really up to it. Hey, look, Cavani's a don as well, don't get me wrong. But I've just got a feeling if you unleash Mason in this game tomorrow, he's going to go riot. So, yeah, I fancy Greenwood. Who's your pick for striker tomorrow, guys? Who do you want to see start at the number 9 position? Let me know. Is it Martial? Is it Cavani? Is it Greenwood? Let me know. By the way, Paul Pogba. Let's talk about Paul Pogba a second, because Paul Pogba's had a mint start to the season. The first 2 games from Paul, brilliant. Even in that game against Southampton, he was probably our best player. I mean, he wasn't anywhere near as good as he was against Leeds, but he was still decent. And then the game against Leeds, he was bloody good. So, well, that's an understatement. He was absolutely sensational. 5 assists this season is the most by a United player after 2 matches of a Premier League campaign. So, after 2 games, no Manchester United players ever had more assists at this stage than Paul Pogba. So that goes to show you the start to the season that he's had. Let's hope he can continue this. I feel he will be playing over on that left-hand side for United tomorrow again. He's looked good there, and I think he's just a little bit more comfortable there. When you take away some of the defensive duties, obviously you've got Luke Shaw there. He's still expected to do a defensive role on the left a bit as well. Don't get me wrong, but you just allow him to go out there and play and play on the left and attack and pass it around and, you know, drift inside and just go wherever the fuck he wants to go. Then Paul Pogba is going to be much better than if you shackling him, putting him in a bloody midfield pivot and have him do defensive duties and that kind of stuff. He's a better free roaming player. Just unleash the guy like some sort of beast, because that game against Leeds was nothing short of perfect. It was a perfect performance from Pogba. Will Ronaldo play against Newcastle, says Marif. Sorry, am I behind on chat here? Oh, sorry, that was yeah, I am. Greenwood's up top 100%, says Griffo. Cavani, says Marif. Greenwood or Cavani, says Shazad. Got to be Greenwood. Surely, says Fat Ronaldo. Cavani, says Scujo, Irfane and Lynette. Greenwood, says Shazad. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously split between Greenwood and Cavani. It's such a shame that Tony Marcio is just a melter. He should be called Tony Meltzial, because he is a bit of a melter, man. Like, maybe it wasn't his fault last time. I didn't seem to get much service, but he was literally like so invisible, man. Half the time he's out there, he melts. It's really such a shame. The Vutinator, he says 42,000 subs. Get in there, my son. Come on. By the way, thank you everyone who's subscribed to this channel recently, or who's ever subscribed, however long you've been subscribed, obviously. Thank you for being a subscriber. Yeah, we have just hit 42,000 subscribers. Get those hashtag 42 babies in there. Thank you for that, Vuti. No chance we'll make debut against BSC Young Boys, says Finley Halpin. Fair play, fair play. You seem to know a lot. They call you Mystic Finley because he predicts these things. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will play Martial, says Batman Night Fan. Would not be surprised. He seems to like keep his faith in. Sorry, I just realised that chair's. Oh no, it's not. It's this. It's this microphone. So I thought that was the chair in the background there. Anyway, yeah, he does like to keep his faith in certain players who don't necessarily warrant a place in the starting 11. If you ask me, based on form, that is kind of true. He has done that a few times. Let's be honest. It's just his style don't suit the team most of the time, in my opinion, says Culture Soldier. Who's this we're talking about now? Martial? Maybe. I mean, I think his style is better out there on the wide position anyway, because I think that's more natural for him. He's not a number 9. When have we ever really thought that Martial's a proper number 9? We've seen it in a few games. But not good enough in that position, and he's not come through as a number 9. So it is a bit strange just to shoehorn him in there. You know, and expect him to be a full-on lethal number 9 overnight. But anyway, Mason's had a good run, so he starts for Mason's Elliott. Me too, yeah. You look at Mason's stats going into last season, 8 goals in the last 10 Premier League appearances for Mason Greenwood. Says it all. Bang him up there. He's going to get you some goals. Thank you, Shazad, for the 42. Thank you, Gung. She says 42. Yes, Pig, come on, get in there, my son. Thank you, Gung Shilioni, mate. Yes, 42. On the way to 43. Thank you so much, Talkum You, mate. That's very kind of you, mate. He says, 42, you deserve it. Thank you very much, Talkum You. You're an absolute gent. Appreciate you, man. Crazy says, don't get why we are playing Fred and Matic when they can't even pass the ball. Give Van de Beek the start. Great shout, my son. Great shout, yeah. Let's see what Van de Beek can do. I've talked about Van de Beek's ability on the ball, his ability to hold the ball, and also just his intelligence on the ball. He reminds me of a small, blonde Dutch Paul Scholes. That's what he reminds me of. Now, that's a bold claim, right? He's not done anything Scholesy-esque just yet, but just something about it in the way he keeps the ball and shields the ball and passes it around. Scholesy-esque. Now, we haven't seen the best from him yet. He needs to play. We've got a player here who we signed for decent money, who was doing bits at Ajax in the Champions League as well, not just in the Dutch league, in the Eredivisie, but actually for the for in the Champions League for Ajax, and then doing it internationally as well for Holland. So I don't see why he can't get into Manchester United's midfield when we've got Fred and McTominay, who's actually out injured, and Matic, a Frankenstein's monster of a man. It makes little sense to me not to have Donny at least in the side sometimes. Solskjaer seems to hate him. I don't really know why. What has Donny van der Beek done? Is it another Wilfried Zaha, David Moyes situation or something we don't know about? Because there is no good reason for not playing Donny, at least sometimes. He seems to never play him. I don't care, Media says a small blonde Dutch skulls. Yes, Big Donny needs to get a run of games. Definitely he does. Yeah, it's a shame. And not just one game here and there. Not just thrown into the deep end occasionally here and there. No, but actually given chances to have a run in the team, to be able to sort of bed in and get an understanding and get that flow. You know, he hasn't had any opportunities to do that. So I feel kind of sorry for him that he's not had the game time. And if I was him and Solskjaer hasn't said to me, you're playing, most of the time, lad, or at least 50% of the time, then I'd be out the door. I would have to go somewhere else. So I can only hope that Solskjaer does want to play Donny van der Beek. Well, there's 294 you legends in here for the preview. 156 likes on the stream. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. Leave a cheeky little thumbs up on it if you're just joining us and getting in. See if we can get 200 likes on it. And also hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here, guys. We will be bringing you some transfer news later on this evening as well, and also the FIFA stream later. But for now, let's get on with the preview. Kermit de Fritas comments and says, I don't want Matic to start again. We need a CDM. Oh, well, this is it, guys. I mean, we'll get into some of the transfer dealings a bit later, but I feel like we need to sign somebody as well, because our midfield, people like Fred and Matic, they're just not up to the standard, and whenever we start those guys, they're going to be rubbish. Kai, thank you very much for subscribing, and Rashid, and Aditya Mishra, and DZ Duffers, and everybody else as well. Nonsense Donny. Oh, no, that's Jonathan Gallagher. Everybody else, thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button and getting involved on the channel. Nice one. Rajwan says, I think Donny van der Beek is dating Dennis Bergkamp's daughter, says Rajwan. Is that true, or is that just a random comment from you there? Because it sounds like something kind of plausible. Welcome, new subscribers. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Kai, he says Ronaldo will play against in the Newcastle match. I think you're right, Kai. We'll have to remain to see what happens with visas and if there is any quarantine period and all that kind of stuff. But I think you're right. I think it'll be against Newcastle also. Jonathan Gallagher, how... Jonathan Gallagher says, Donny is a flop. How can he be a flop, mate? He hasn't even really had the chance to do his business, man. Like I say, he's not had the run in the side. He's not had the 5 games in a row to show whether he's good enough or not good enough. He's just been chucked in occasionally in a team randomly here and there. And yeah, he's not really done anything to show that he's amazing or anything. He's not taken a game by the scruff of the neck and changed it and smashed in an absolute worldie or set up, he's done a couple of little nice flicks here and there, that kind of stuff, but he's not really set the world alight. But again, we just haven't seen very much from Donny van de Beek, and he is a creative player with good skills on the ball, a good pass master. What United need right now in the midfield is somebody who can actually pass it around. Fred is useless, man. He's got 3 left feet, that guy. He cannot pass, and it just is painful to watch sometimes. I know that's not his main role, but even though you can win the ball back, or you can block a pass, or, make an interception, whatever it may be, you need to then be able to do something with it. And when Fred gets it, he just spams it, mate. He spams it forward and just gives it away most of the time. It's very annoying. And then you look at Donny, his ability on the ball, just his coolness on the ball. Yeah, it's night and day. It's totally different. And I think that's what we would benefit from right now. Because we've got such great attacking players in the team. It seems a shame not to be able to get the ball to them. You know what I mean? Because that's the problem. We've got such great attackers. We just need to get the ball to them. There's four players up there. Bruno, at this moment in time, Cavani or Greenwood, whoever, Sancho, these guys. Just get it to them and the rest will fall into place. Problem is, that was what we were struggling to do against Southampton. We couldn't get it from defence into attack. Oh, Fred, fake Brazilian, says Robbie Baker. Oh, Fred has 2 left feet, says Batman Knight fan. Donny needs a chance, says Maurice Dormer. I said he had 3 left feet, didn't I? Well, I was paying him a big compliment there then, wasn't I? The King says, who do you want in the middle of the defensive position? So it's not a player we currently have, I'll be honest with you. I mean, if you're asking me, right now, who do I want in the defensive position of that midfield? It has to be Matic. Now, it's not that I love Matic. I think Matic years ago was world class. I don't think he's that same player anymore. But I still think he's good, and I think he's comfortable on the ball. He doesn't do anything stupid. He keeps hold of it. He passes it sideways more often than not. And he's quite a limited midfielder, but he's decent, he's solid, and he's defensive, and he's big. He's good at defending set pieces, these sorts of things. That's why I'm saying Matic. It's not because I think Matic is awesome. It's because you've asked me which out of the bunch of them there would I go with, and I would go with Matic at the base of a defensive midfield at the moment, because the only other options are Fred, who in my opinion can't pass, and then Donny, who is not a defensive-minded midfielder. He can defend, but he's not a defensive-minded midfielder. I would like to see that, though. I'd like to see an experiment of it sometime. And then McTominay is out injured anyway, but he's more of a box-to-box player. So, yeah, it has to be Matic out of the current ones that we've got. But the true answer to my question, to the answer is really anybody else. One of the other players that we are looking at in the transfer window, if we can actually bring somebody in. Donny and Matic, says Shazan Ahmed. Yep, but his appearances, like he goes in for 5 minutes and that ranks as a game. Precisely, Case Slater. People are looking at his stats and he's coming on at the end of the game playing just a few minutes, or even if it's 20 minutes. It's not fair to look at his stats and go, oh, he's got no goals and no assists in 10 games. No, he's been playing for 2 bloody minutes at the end of games. I agree, mate. Great point, Case Slater. Robbie Baker, Donny defo needs a chance. Otherwise, it's pointless him being on the bench. Yeah, why we even bring this guy in? And you're right, like he should be sold then. If he's not going to play in the team, he should have been sold this summer. So just the fact that he's not been sold makes me think that he is in Solskjaer's plans. Maybe give Pereira a chance, says Quasi. He's gone out on loan, mate. RSL Jam says, you look like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. My name is Zlatan. I'm greatest Swedish striker of all time. I used to play for United. But now I play in Italy because my name is Zlatan. Zlatan does what he wants. Yeah, thank you very much. VDB will come good, says Mr. Garrett. Hey, Zlatan's a don, to be fair. Maybe recall Garner, says Primo. I like your style, Well, it remains to be seen what's going to happen with United's transfer window just at this moment in time. We might actually see some really good players coming in that position, but it's unlikely just because of the business that we've already done. You never know. It does depend on other players going out the door, I think. If that happens, we might sign somebody. If not, you might be seeing Fred as your man at the base of that midfield for most of the season, sadly. Quasi says, what's your thoughts on the signings? amazing, crazy, absolutely fucking amazing window so far. It would be a 10 out of 10 window if we signed any of the short list of midfielders we've discussed. If we signed one midfielder this summer, one of those good ones, it would be a truly sensational window. 10 out of 10. Right now, it's an amazing window. The signings individually, I think Sancho is a brilliant signing because he's only 21. He's already putting up ridiculous stats in the Bundes. If he can get anywhere near that for us over the next couple of seasons, he's a great signing for now. But he's also definitely going to be a great, well, not definitely, but he should be a brilliant player in a few years' time, like a super duper world-class player. So that's a great signing. And then Rafael Varane, that is, in a way, that's a better signing than Ronaldo. In a way, for United right now, for what we actually need. For what we actually needed, I mean, it's not Ronaldo, don't get me wrong here, but for what we actually needed, the centre-back to come in and sort us out, a really quality centre-back in his prime, a world-class player, then that's a better signing in a way, because he's in his prime, he's 28. We got him for chump change, really, off Real Madrid, 43 million euros. It's a bargain, mate. So, yeah, given all of the signings and the current situation, they're all brilliant acquisitions, every single one of them. Thank you for subscribing, Mika Mustard and an ASAP Ricardo and Aslim Isaac and someone as well. Thank you guys for getting in here. Yo, Travis, what's going on, sir? How you going, man? Good to see you, bud. What's crack-a-lacking? Gung, she says, my name is Joe and I'm a pig. I am pig. Van der Beek has bulked up. Maybe he can play CDM, says Alka Mahmood. Yeah, maybe. He could definitely be like a deep line playmaker type player. And also, in pre-season and sometimes when we've seen him, I've liked how he does go back and defend. And he gets in there, he's a bit tenacious in the tackle. He's not scared of getting in there, getting stuck in. Just because he's not a defensive midfielder doesn't mean that he can't put in a tackle and learn to be in the right place, right time and boss a game like that. But he is a creative midfielder, end of the day. He is a creative midfielder. Batman Knight Francis Bate can't play CDM. He's a creative midfielder. Yeah, I mean, it's not his position right now. I'm not suggesting he should be playing there. But I tell you what, I'd like to see how he does there because, you know, like I said, we've seen some games where he's not shy of a tackle, right? And there's a thing in football, there's a position in football. There is a CDM, but is a deep line playmaker as well, a la, say, a Michael Carrick, who was sound defensively, definitely, but he was also a pass master from that position. Or let's just say like an Andrea Pirlo. Andrea Pirlo could sit in front of the back four. He's not like known for being this fucking epic defensive guy, but he could sit in front of a back four and just spray it around. So that's the sort of role that the lad was talking about for Donny, I suppose. Thank you, Mr. Aaron Homeyard, for putting this in there, dude. He's put a cheeky little membership link to my channel membership in there. Thank you, Aaron Homeyard. Hey, Refat Ricks and Obrad, thank you guys for hitting the subscribe as well, guys. It's all popping off. Obrad comments, is it confirmed for Sancho and Varane starting? It's not. It's not confirmed because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when he had this briefing, he didn't actually mention anything about Sancho and Varane starting, I don't think. But come on. He's blatantly starting, isn't he? Varane's blatantly started, mate. And also Sancho should be starting too. So I'd be very surprised if Varane does not make his debut tomorrow. But no, there's no actual official, as far as I'm aware anyway, maybe somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no actual official one. No worries, RSL Jams. He says, hey, thanks for reading my comments, Latan. Huge fan from Pakistan. Shout out to you in Pakistan, man. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you very much for driving Volvo. Oh, that sounded Russian, actually. Mythical XL says, our 4-4-2 would be disgusting. It's a shame it's not 1997 anymore, isn't it, mate? Because I tell you what, United with a 4-4-2 right now, we'd absolutely rip it up. I mean, I still think we could play with a 4-4-2. There are still some teams in the Premier League that play with a 4-4-2. But it's just unlike, it just doesn't happen these days so much. I guess it's because a lot of teams play with the two holding midfielders, and then they have one less player up top there, so they have an advantage in other areas, essentially. I don't really know. But I'm guessing that's the reason, because you can get overrun in the midfield if you're coming up against a team with like a 4-2-3-1 or something like that. I don't know. Basically a 4-5-1, isn't it? So yeah. Benny Wasters, shit channel. What's that you're talking about there? Your channel, Benny? Johnny says, Kayab, you wouldn't be saying that if Donny... I know you are, but what am I? Gungshi says, maybe we should hire Sean Dyche. To be honest with you, Gungshi, that's a pretty good idea again, mate. I must say, you're a very, very smart man. Sean Dyche, look at what he's done at Burnley, keeping them competitive and staying up in the Premier League every single season. He's a great lad. I'm a great man, and I definitely will take the job. ASAP Ricardo says, do you think Manchester United can win the Premier League? Yeah, okay. I do think they can win the Premier League. They're better than us, I must say. Burnley, we're a good team once again, but Manchester. I don't know why I'm still speaking as Daichi, but anyway, yeah, I do think Man United can win the Premier League. We just need to get a midfielder in there. Without that, adding Ronaldo to our team doesn't really do all that much. To be fair, like I said, we've got a top quality attack and a top quality defense now, but we don't have a top quality midfield. We actually don't. Maybe if you drop Pogba deeper and he has a performance like, we know he can, then you could say on its day it's a really good midfield. But when's that day coming as well? Thank you very much, John1874. Lad. He says, Pig, really enjoying the content. Much love from a Villa fan. Thank you so much, John1874. You're a top lad then, aren't you? Hey, we're nearly at 200 likes, everybody. Thank you, everyone who's got in here and has got involved. What's the jersey number of CR7, says Long Five Farm? Unfortunately, nobody knows right now. It's not 7. It's not 9, unless Tony Marcio is sold. And it's not 28, I don't think, because of Facundo Pellistri. But somebody did mention because he's out on loan. That might be an issue. That might be the one. Stephen Carr says your Dutch impression is the best. I don't know about that. Breaking news, Wenger returning to Arsenal. Just joking. Oh, that's a shame. In a way, it'd be awesome to get Wenger back in the Premier League as a character, weren't he? And also, he would probably be a better manager choice for Arsenal right now. In fact, as I've said this many times, Arsenal would have definitely been better over the last few seasons if they'd have just stuck with Arsene Wenger 100%. They had a mare, didn't they? They had an absolute mare. Gungshi says, just need a midfielder to complement Pogba and Bruno. So true. Somebody to win it back who's comfortable defensively but can just give it to the other guys in front of them. Like I say, we don't need a genius. We don't need a Pirlo or a pass master such as those legends of the game or a Scholesy or something like that. What we just need is somebody who can win the ball back and give it to these creative players, effectively, and who has a good range of passing. But they don't need to be amazing at that. They don't need to be amazing at that. Long fine, nice one. Benny Way says, hey mate, just to apologise, I really do love the channel. Benny, I know. You see, this is what I thought. I didn't think you were talking about this channel, mate. I knew you were talking about yours. Alan Cole says, we will make Wolves look like City tomorrow. It would be their best performance of the season. I hope you're wrong, Alan. They have lost the first 2, though, and they might be looking for a reaction, eh? Okay, General, not even Klopp or Pep could save Arsenal. You know what, guys? It's really, the time has marched on. I'm going to be back in an hour, by the way, because we've got some more United news and stuff to talk about, but I just wanted to keep it separate to this preview. So I am pretty much going to wrap this preview up now, but make sure you come back in about an hour's time. We'll have some more Man United, all the latest Manchester United news of the evening for you. So tune in, get involved with that one. But what I would love you to do is come back after this video is actually finished, and get your thoughts and opinions in for the game. So tell me your starting 11s. Get your formation, starting 11 in there in the comment section after this video is finished. And also get your score predictions in there. What score do you think it's going to be? I'm going 3-1 to United. Come on! We're going to smash up Wolverhampton blunderers, guys. It's going to be amazing. Thank you, The Football Agenda says, great preview. Thank you very much, sir. Nice one. Appreciate you, my man. Indra, Jiff, PS, and Didi or Paulino will be good signings. Yeah, definitely. Any sort of top quality CDM like that would be great. Yeah, more news, Case later. Thank you, Stephen Davies says, enjoy your smoke. Thank you very much. Great preview. Thank you, Shazad. Awesome, Rush Miner. We've got some great info for later. Yeah, so tune in for that. We'll give you all the latest stuff and goings on in regards to United. We have got some more info, so come and tune in about an hour's time. Legend Travis, thank you very much, mate. Vuti, Shazad, getting their predictions in as well. Come back in a few minutes when it's finished and comment in the non-live comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you do hit that subscribe if it's your first time here on the channel. We do previews for all of the United games and all watch-alongs for all the United games. We'll be back about half an hour or so before kick-off tomorrow with a live watch-along on the game as well. So if you're around, come and hang out with us on this channel. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United. Also, you can check the website out there, as you see, unitedflyinghigh.com. So go and follow that as well. Check that out. And Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching. Get your predictions in after. And I will see you in about an hour's time where we will give you all the latest info and goings on. Night, guys. Thank you. See you on the next one. And come on, United!